Hey everybody, welcome to the Prime Forecast. My name is Bryce.
Ross. Alex.
And today again, Chris isn't here, scheduling and whatnot. So we're gonna do our best. So let's get some hip hop news out of the way. We did miss last week because everybody was sick. Does anybody have any comment on that Vic Mensa freestyle thing they did during the BET Awards? That dissed XXX Tentacion.
Well, they did come out with actual a video of him saying, "Yes, I actually did this." So
I heard about that.
Okay.
Is it the right place to call him out on it? I don't know. Is the guy an abuser? As far as the confession is, yes. I don't know.
Does mental health come into play? That kind of thing.
Well, we won't know now.
God, I'm great at this stuff. I'm gonna go get my water quick.
Jesus Christ, because he's passed away. I don't know. I've always been about that. You know, if you didn't ride with him before he died, you know, why are you riding with him now? That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Vic Mensa, he didn't like him before. He doesn't like him now. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really blame him. It was in poor taste because Triple X's mom was in the audience. But that's
I heard about that.
that's old news anyway.
Yep.
So what are you guys faulting Vic Mensa for it, or Chicago rapper?
I don't know. I don't know if I would have did it on
Realistically,
television.
the Vic Mensa shoe truck is probably more. I'm not versed on if Triple X actually did anything for the community, but Vic Mensa seems like a fairly stand-up guy.
So you're not faulting him for it? Vic Mensa does have alleged abuses himself.
Yeah.
Wow.
That he talked about in a song. And he kind of implied that it was true.
Yeah.
But that was a while ago, apparently, allegedly. So maybe
Well-
it changed.
Did he ever say they weren't true?
I'm not 100% on
Okay,
that.
because if he did, then he's a hypocrite.
It's
but-
it's like the pot calling the kettle black kind of shit.
yeah.
I don't know.
But if he was straightforward with it, just in his songs, he said, "Yeah, this stuff probably, this happened."
Yeah, I think the general message was, don't make these fucking, abusers popular just because they died.
Yeah,
They still are abusers. So I think I didn't hear it personally. But that's just what I got in the news. But that was 2 weeks ago. So yay or nay?
Same thing with people who OD, I guess.
Definitely
But-
not yay, because fuck that guy.
Yep, absolutely. Fuck that guy. Triple X Tentacion at the BET. I guess we'll just wrap through this old news quick. He won Best New Hip Hop Artist at the BET. Do you guys? Yeah. What do you guys think? Did he get it just because he passed away?
To me, that almost sounds awful that they gave it to him.
Really?
Because usually they're like, this is the rising star who gets the best new hip hop artist, and then it's like, oh, okay.
So all right. So that's how you feel about that.
It seems weird, I guess. That's what I'm saying. I guess I understand.
If you're
why
gonna give him an award, give him a
posthumously.
posthumous special award.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know, you know what I'm saying?
Best
Actually
new
include
artist.
him in the running.
Best new artist usually this is the guy you're gonna look forward to what his next stuff is, and then it's like, oh.
Well, that's done.
Maybe
Yeah.
they'll do an
I
album like they did
suppose.
with Biggie and Tupac, where they take all the stuff he had pre-recorded and just
Yeah, you never
add
know.
a few people to it,
It's possible. Yeah.
record some features.
Did he have a following of other rappers or anything that were friends with him or anything?
Not that I know of. He's one of those new, run of the mill, puppy
Yeah.
mill rapper kind of thing.
Because otherwise, I could have saw somebody using some of his stuff with their stuff or something. But
Well, I'm sure the state will be, shopping samples out to people, of stuff he's recorded.
potentially,
Like Lil Wayne did. That Don't Cry thing. I'm just indifferent about it, I guess, because I didn't ride with him before. I don't ride with him now, so. But it is interesting that they would do that. Rather than giving a posthumous award,
yeah,
they just include him in the running. I don't know.
Yep.
It's BET Awards. Everybody shits on award shows anyway, so it's
that's pretty much what I
who
was
gives a
saying.
fuck? I guess anyway. But the funny thing is Post Malone did get disqualified from the Hip Hop Album of the Year and moved to pop for the 2019
Yeah, I heard
Grammys,
about that.
which is super funny because he's shit on rap before.
Yeah, he
So-
used it to get popular, and now he's like, I'm not a rapper.
Yep.
It's probably true.
I'm not a rapper. I'm Post Malone.
I barely listen to any of his stuff, but
I refuse to listen to it on principle.
Something about hip hop's better now because he's not around.
I don't know. It just looks like the dude needs like, I don't know, a good warm meal and a shower or something. I don't know, like.
he does have this look of like not taking care of himself, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That could be a
like,
stylistic choice, though.
I know. Yeah. I think it looks like he's been adding some tats too. Maybe, I don't know.
Face tats are the
from
new,
at least the last time I saw him. I thought
that's just more appropriation on his part.
Oh gosh, don't go
He's
there,
a culture
man.
vulture.
Calm down.
He fits like
Vulture.
he fits your stereotypical like pot dealer that just sits and gets stoned and plays Call of Duty. That's yeah. Well, anyway, congrats Post Malone to your new placement. 50 Cent signs a massive multi-series stars deal worth $150 million. Variety reports, I guess.
Yeah. Did they know any details on that?
I don't know, like because they're signing him because of Power, his show Power.
Yep. Okay.
How successful it was, but I heard people like it. It's not doing too hot right now. I think Power, like everybody's kind of like moving on from it.
That's possible.
Because like, I don't know, you eventually get to that point in TV shows where everything gets like they have to try hard to keep it interesting, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Game of Thrones and.
Yep.
I just messed.
So multi-series stars deal means that maybe he renewed his contract for Power, and maybe he gets to do another one.
That's interesting.
For that much money? Holy shit.
$150 million. Maybe he's got 2 more coming.
Yeah.
We don't know how.
I figured that would probably be separate from even the Power stuff. I figured that was for new stuff, maybe, but maybe it is all together.
Yeah, it's probably all together because he's probably got to renew his contract. Yeah,
it's possible.
Did anybody listen to the Pusha T interview?
I saw some of it.
Is that the Joe Budden Pusha T interview?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I listened to it for the most part. Yeah, I think I got all the way through it.
Yeah, that was. Okay, so this beef, that was like Surgical Summer, and we're past Surgical Summer, and it's still coming up because Drake did that fucking weird-ass interview with LeBron.
He tried to like adjust the narrative to fit his purposes, but it's not really the truth.
Well, he's always said it was Kanye that did it,
but
that's what he thought. Yeah, and then Pusha T did this interview specifically to clear Kanye's name.
Yep.
And he gave out the sources, which was a producer, one of Drake's producers named 40. And he was apparently getting the info
the man
from
responsible for Drake's career, you mean?
Yes.
Drake doesn't want to bite the hand that feeds, so I don't know if anything will come of it, but
probably not.
I'm sure something will come of it because it cost Drake that Adidas deal.
Yeah.
So,
well, you know,
to be fair, he didn't have to not do that Adidas deal.
That's true.
To be fair, he could have been doing everything that Push said in his song from the start, and he'd probably have an Adidas deal at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like,
Well, that's what they're saying. It got because of that whole thing. It's done.
I think the main thing was that Adidas deal was stupid to begin with. That's kind of what it came down to.
Could have been
announcing, oh, by the way, I have this kid that I've been, neglecting to let everyone know about, and probably, whatever.
So Drake
buy these shoes.
Yep. Right.
So I don't know why they're bringing up the dead like that. We got a couple stories where they're bringing up the dead.
Oh God.
Yeah, we shouldn't speak of the dead. So let's move on from Drake, maybe.
I don't know. It was super interesting because Pusha T was very adamant about protecting Kanye, and he even had phone call recordings that he played on the podcast in the interview.
Yep. Okay.
Of I believe 40 talking or him talking with the girl, or 40 talking with the girl, or some shit.
Well, he's not necessarily protecting Kanye from any of the Trump shit. It's more like in the whole Drake and Pusha T beef, Kanye really had nothing to do with it per se, other than maybe the whole album, like the whole July Rollout 4 album thing. Like other than that, like
awful.
Yep.
Mostly awful. Oh, Ladybug. Yeah, I don't. Fuck. Who cares? That beef was so long ago. It's gonna be okay. So imagine in 6 months, MGK does an interview. Like, I don't know why Eminem came at me. Like, I like that guy. And then Eminem has to do a 2-hour-long podcast.
He'll give LeBron James his phone showing him a picture of his kid, and then when LeBron's ready to start swiping through the other pictures, just snatch it back quick. Because he doesn't want you to see all the side chicks, right?
Yeah, because Drake had his he had his kid pic, and then you swipe, it's just fucking titty pics.
That would be funny.
All the girls he's been with. Drake's dirty, man. Drake's dirty. So there's not much that has been going on in hip hop in the past 2 weeks.
I agree.
I'm okay with that, honestly. You remember the previous podcast where I talked about that Charlamagne Kanye interview thing that they charged for?
Yep.
They canceled that after the Trump interview that Kanye did or whatever, but they alleged like scheduling conflict.
Yeah.
Or something.
It just was a stupid idea in the first place, like we were talking about.
I'm hoping it's because it didn't sell. Because then they would have canceled it because it didn't sell, because it wouldn't look good.
Yep.
Either that or after talking to Trump, like he said, "Why this money's going to someone I don't like? Why are you doing it?"
Either way, those two fit the narrative that I enjoy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna push for those two.
Yeah. Either one of those could be true, you know.
Yeah. So let's so that's pretty much it for hip hop for the past 2 weeks. We do have some minor releases, but nothing that's really pushing the books.
Some
or
collaborations
anything.
and stuff that didn't really seem notable.
Yep.
Yeah.
We didn't. Man, I mean, we could go back and do a rerun on the Ghostface Killah album because we didn't really touch on that much.
It was good, but like
I heard some of it.
It's a bit old now, but it's old as in like it dropped.
We didn't do a workup for it, which kind of sucks, but that's what happens.
Because it literally came on like a filming day.
That song he got with Snoop Dogg and E40, that shit. Oh man.
Yep.
I blast that shit every day, dude.
So what day are we recording this on? The 26th. So I did see Halloween.
Okay.
Last week.
I didn't see it, but
Roth didn't go with because he said no. And I went with my friend Chris, not this Chris, other Chris. So we went, and it was actually pretty good. I almost got arrested for sure because so this theater was almost full, but there were a lot of kids there, like young teenagers without parents or whatever, adult supervision.
Yep, okay.
So it was Chris, me, and then two like 14-year-old boys or something sitting next to me.
Yeah.
You're going to need to clarify this right quick.
Yeah.
It was in the movie theater in public. Like, what do you mean clarify?
Okay, keep going. We want to.
It was two young kids, two young boys. They were boys, Alex. They were boys. But they would not shut the fuck up. Like, the whole fucking movie. I am not even joking. Like,
I'd have just asked for a refund.
Yeah, they he was like he had popcorn. Everything the kid did was loud that was right next to me. They were whispering like during all the suspenseful parts, and I'm sitting there just like Goose Fraba, man, Goose Fraba. Like, I don't want to hit this kid.
Lord, please stop me from beating the crap out of these kids.
Yes, exactly. I don't think Chris even heard any of it, which made me even more upset because I was alone in my misery.
It's just your proximity, yeah.
Yeah, so that, like, I may have to go see Halloween again because it took me out of a lot of the parts.
Yep.
But if you are a fan of Halloween, you will like it. But I will say this. Do not get hyped for the third act of the movie because it is not great.
I heard there's a twist they tried to throw in where if it would have actually worked, like paid off, it would have actually, but it didn't really work out at all.
Okay, so there's one. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's one scene in the movie where everything kicks off for the third act, and you're like. What? Like, huh? Like, what the fuck just happened? And then they continued the what the fuck just happened. And then you get into fucking... I don't want to spoil anything, but if you've seen Home Alone, you're going to get an idea what happens. And I was like, huh?
I think they missed the chance for like crossover opportunities here. They could have just Big Trouble in Little China and like Michael Myers.
Hey,
Yeah,
man, they're-
okay.
You're just
Whoa,
like,
whoa,
what?
whoa! They're building up the John Carpenter extended
messing with
universe.
you, man.
They're doing the next Big Trouble in Little China film. Dude.
That would be awesome. He did. Carpenter did executive produce this because he got the go ahead or whatever. Who's the guy that did it? That made the movie? The dude from Talladega Nights. That actor, Alien Covenant. I can't remember the
Danny
dude's
McBride?
name. Danny McBride. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He did that. He did this movie. He got the go ahead for it. It was actually really fantastic. There are. Okay, I don't think I'm spoiling anything.
Did you see in as much Jamie Lee Curtis as you wanted to, though?
I saw too much.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
I will say I saw too much Jamie Lee Curtis.
Like,
And
was it
just because of the third act.
Was it toward the end? The third act had too much of her?
The third, yes, it did. The third, okay, we should go see this movie this weekend.
Okay.
I'll go see it again, but
I don't know
just
if I want.
if you're gonna go see it, do not get hyped for the third act. But they did do something extremely amazing that I noticed a lot of movies are trying to do these days, and that is a single tracking shot, and it was. In this movie, this type of movie, was actually pretty insane.
Or it was just one shot for like a long period of time?
I guess it's in the trailer, but it's Michael on Halloween going door to door through different houses and stuff. You can guess what happens, and it's him. It's a single tracking shot of him going through this neighborhood, and I was just like, this is dope. Like, this is real. Like,
it was notorious for like
kids
one shot,
running around
like
outside.
one take at a time, like big takes. M. Night
that?
Shyamalan.
Did he do a lot of those?
That was one of his MOs.
Yep, really long shots. Like on the movie
Unbreakable.
Yeah, they had a lot of long scenes.
They said there'd be like 8+ minute scenes that like no like breaks or anything and shit.
Yep. What's that Clive Owen movie with something about
Mary?
countries and
Oh, was that the International?
no, fuck.
The one with the bank, right?
No, it's the post-apocalyptic one where nobody can have babies anymore.
Oh, Children of Men.
Children of Men. Yeah, they had a huge single tracking shot in that movie that was insane. I think they had some parts where they had some clever wipes though, where it's like something gets too close to the camera, and then they can reset the scene and everything because it just like wipes the frame or whatever.
I wish that
Game of Thrones had one. A Battle of the Bastards.
Yep.
I think it was Battle of the Bastards.
Could have been.
And the one where the wildlings, attack Castle Black. I guess spoilers, but I think there's a long tracking shot in that too. And Game of Thrones is kind of becoming known for that as well. But if you're interested in creaming over tracking shots, this movie has one.
I wish Carpenter would just direct
He needs to do stuff again. Yeah,
he's my favorite. Like,
there's so it was good. This Halloween movie was good. They took it. They did some things in the movie that would like surprise you that like hasn't really been done in Halloween before. I guess giving that away would be spoilers. Another annoying thing is that they got too close to showing his face.
Okay.
Like, I'm pretty sure there are a couple shots where you could see his like most of his face, pretty much, or some of his face.
I know one of the old ones.
It just takes you out of it.
I know in one of the old ones, it's like where it's dark and you could kind of see it. Like he takes off his mask for a second or whatever.
Yep. There's in the Rob Zombie remake they have that too or whatever, but they have the long hair that kind of hides his face too.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
when this movie starts out, it builds, camera always behind Michael, but then then you just see those couple frames and it's like, oh, well, that's ruined. Like, it's not generally ruined. Like, maybe I was just seeing ghosts. Ooh.
maybe you weren't able to really get into it because there was someone next to you talking. Too.
That was true. Some
You
of the
never know.
suspenseful parts, like the very silent parts that needed to build, adrenaline and shit, those got ruined for me.
All I gotta say is when I go to see Glass, if someone's doing that, I would just freaking.
What is Glass?
Just dump your soda.
Did anything come out this weekend?
Well, they had that new trailer within
We're
the
not
last
in
2
Texas.
weeks.
Yep, that was the Halloween movie. I think all the movie trailers were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I remember correctly, it was all awesome. They had the new Glass one on there, and Chris didn't know what it was from, like what it was for.
Where he's like, I found someone who can bring out your full potential or whatever, and I'm like, oh shit! I was like, yes.
Another Matrix movie? What?
Another Matrix movie.
Where we figure out that Neo wasn't the one, it was Agent Smith or whatever?
That theory is so good, and I'm still riding with that theory.
Which one?
That Agent Smith was really the one.
The one?
Yeah.
There's a theory that like the one was actually both of them together at the end when they become one person.
They're each like opposites of the other.
Yeah, and when they
whatever.
combined at the end when the one tries to take over him or whatever, that's when they became the one.
I have to admit, I watched like a 20-some minute episode some well-known YouTuber did on like how Agent Smith is the one, and I'm like, I can't say no to this.
Considering he's like, considering he's
insane.
considered like a third-party program or whatever,
Yep.
So he's like not like he doesn't follow the rules of like any of the other stuff or whatever.
They break apart specific scenes on how it would work, the prophecy, and how it would fit to this narrative.
Yep.
I suggest it. Like, if you're a fan of the Matrix and you don't know about that, look up Agent Smith is the one, and your mind will be blown because it's true. It has to be.
God dang it.
It has to be true.
Yep. Some of them theories are great, man.
So Glass, we're excited about Glass. All of us, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
Definitely.
Chris, it did not see any of the movies. He had no idea. I'm like, he had to have seen Unbreakable. He's a nerd. Like,
Unbreakable is the best comic book movie ever made, but like you'd be surprised how many people never actually saw it.
yep, because it's not. I didn't see it until like 2008 or 9
Yeah,
or
probably
something. Some years after it had come out, because I
remember seeing it when I was young, and I just remember the scene with Mr. Glass falling down the stairs or whatever, and just that being like, yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson falling down the stairs.
And with Bruce Willis lifting weights.
Oh yeah, and the
Yep.
kid's just sitting there like, oh god. And he's like, put more.
Yep.
Put on the paint cans.
You gotta put on the paint cans.
How many weights was
Gotta
that?
find me green cube.
All of it. The
All
kids
of
are
it.
like, yeah.
And then they look at shit and they're like adding more to it, like with tape and shit.
Yep.
Oh my god. So that's cool. I'm excited for that because that movie's been left in the dark for quite some time, except for Split tying it all together.
Yep.
Like that was also pretty dope.
Yep.
Like M. Night Shyamalan is working on his own like
the long
dark,
game, dude.
Yeah, his own dark cinematic
Universe.
yeah, superhero cinematic universe. Like I fucking like that. It's like been like, you know, over a decade, but it's still.
Don't be surprised
it's a
if in
long
Glass
time.
they have some like side character that ends up like getting their own movie at some point or
Yep.
something.
I would be okay with another.
Yeah, they're gonna bring in the dude with the one big arm from Lady in the Water or whatever. right?
Oh yes, yes. They're gonna bring in the fucking pig man from The Village, and it's just a dude in a mask.
God dang it.
What's your superpower?
They're gonna bring in
Plot holes?
Joaquin Phoenix from like from
From Signs.
Just with a baseball bat.
Yes, he's gonna be like the Casey Jones of the fucking M. Night Shyamalan universe.
God dang it.
Except for with a baseball hat and a baseball. Oh,
And you'll have like grown up Sixth Sense kid.
he needs a job. Like that would.
They make like a parent, like some sort of like superhero team.
Yeah, that kid was killing it in movies until his career just.
He just like
Haley
asks
Joel
dead
Osment.
people like, how do I beat this guy?
I could see who he's killed, but I don't know how to kill him. Wait, if he could see, yeah, he goes in and he gets info,
Yep.
like from the dead people, like
Yep.
what did he do to you? Who did this? Like where was he? Where were you?
Or like the dead people like saw what happened and you can ask them like they're witnesses.
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
I like that.
That's beast.
He's gonna learn how to like summon the dead.
Just where
to
he
get the
becomes
info.
like a detective.
private detective.
Oh,
Yup.
or even like just like an FBI agent.
Yeah, like some
X-Files
sort
style.
of like what's the autistic dude that they always have the TV shows about that like the FBI hires? One of those guys.
Okay, I see what you're
He's
saying.
gonna be one of those. And then there's always gonna be the one agent that rides for him, but everybody's like, that guy's a kook.
Yeah, it'll be like if you made that TV show Psych but made it good.
I haven't seen Psych, so I wouldn't know personally, but
Well, Psych they're like
Whatever, Ross.
pretending to be
Is
like
that the one
psychics or
with Tim
whatever.
Roth where he's like a human lie detector or whatever?
No, that's Lie to Me.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like Lie to Me.
I didn't watch Lie
Just
to Me. But
no, okay. Let's be clear. Lie to Me was shit, but Tim Roth was good.
yeah, that's probably what I figured.
Yeah, like he's a good actor.
He was the best Incredible Hulk.
You mean he was in Incredible Hulk?
If you want to see,
he was Abomination or
Ed
whatever.
Norton was the best Hulk, though.
if
Like,
you
no
want to
doubt.
see Tim Roth like squint and glare in people's faces, like get up in their face,
Yep.
like you're gonna like lie to me like this.
It's like,
Every episode. Yeah,
Are
are
you
you
lying
lying?
to me, dude?
But wait, but it's funny because they have like computer software that can do that. Why do they even need him?
You got
I think there's an episode of him
automation-
beating the computer.
Yeah, okay,
or
I
whatever.
figured they would do that.
Until the
Yeah.
computers get smart enough where they can automate it, he's safe.
Dude, there's that episode where he goes to like a class to like teach like about the expressions and people lying and stuff. And he's like, you can always tell from these things, you can always get something out of people. And then some guy's like, I dare you to try me. And he's like, okay. And then he goes and then he shows them like all these pictures of probably like death or whatever shit. And the guy's like just sitting there like nothing. And Tim Roth's like, okay. And then he's like, this dude's a serial killer. Like, that's what he got from it. And it turns out, dude was a serial killer.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like, because he didn't have any, like, reaction to it, so he immediately knew that he was a sociopath.
Yeah.
And obviously a serial killer, because all sociopaths, including CEOs, are serial killers.
Jesus.
Well, you got to think some of their business practices do probably cause deaths.
Yeah, maybe.
Like Apple, kids in China dying and getting their hands torn off in machinery and stuff like
Yep,
that.
and they don't care because they get money.
People still give
They
them money.
distance themselves. Is this a political podcast now? We can go. We can talk about bombings
Oh God.
that Democrats received. No, we won't go into that.
We don't need to touch into that.
They caught the suspect though. That's great.
Everyone can look into that themselves.
Yep. You know what I am sick of, Ross?
What?
You know what? No one's saying it, but I am sick of these radical Republican terrorists. No one's been saying it. They're afraid to say it. Republicans afraid to say it.
I think after the first few...
I can shut down this. I can shut this down, and we can go to the next thing.
Yes, Ross, change topics.
Okay. So
Before we become political.
Fox News was always saying something about the radical left or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm saying after this, like if they ever say that again, I'd be like, at least they're not bombing people, trying to bomb people.
Yep. Or running them over with Dodge Chargers.
Right?
Or, shooting up schools or
Abortion
mosques, abortion clinics.
Yeah, weren't there like some Klansmen who got like charged in like California for doing something or something like that
Probably.
recently?
Probably.
They're
All
called
right.
the Proud Boys.
We're getting too deep. We're getting too deep into it. Okay.
No, don't go down the rabbit hole. Don't go down the rabbit
Politics,
hole.
shut them off. Shut them off, boys. Okay, so I did see something before we started about 50 Cent though.
Yep.
I saw something, I believe on Tumblr or whatever. He saw like Ja Rule's having a concert or whatever, and he said something like $15. And then the next post was his. He's like, I just bought 200 seats in the front to Ja Rule's concert so they could be empty.
That's pretty funny.
He bought 200 seats to Ja Rule's concert on Groupon for $15 a piece, so they could be empty.
Who the hell puts their concert tickets on Groupon from the fucking first place? You must really not expect people to want to pay to see you.
It is Ja Rule, man. And
Dude, like, that's been done, but Fetty's still trolling him.
yes,
It's great.
This beef, how long ago was that beef? Like over a decade ago, for sure.
Or he didn't. Yeah, he went to jail between. So it's like, what the hell?
Yep, 50 just won't let it go, man. Ja Rule has done plenty of interviews. Like, the thing that's funny is, like, Ja Rule, like, does interviews. He's like, nah, man, I'm over it. I'm grown. Like, if he's still talking about me, that means I'm something. Or whatever. And I'm like, you keep telling yourself that. But then he'll make jabs, like, when Eminem and the MGK thing is like, oh, it looks like, this still gets to you or whatever. And then everybody, and 50's like, man, shut the fuck up. You ain't shit. 50 Cent just can't let it go, man.
Yep.
So what movie we going to do this weekend?
I was really
What's even
pissed
out
because
this weekend?
the new Johnny English was out or whatever, but it's not in our theater, so I got mad.
That's a select theater thing?
Well, it might make it to our theater eventually when there's not so
What,
much
like,
shit.
like the Disaster Artist did?
There's
Dude,
a
that
lot
was
of
the
like,
best
there's a
movie I
lot
ever
of
saw
things in our
theaters.
theater right now that are like a lot of it's stuff I don't want to see, but I can understand why it's in there because it's like been all the movies that have been being hyped lately.
Yep.
We didn't get fucking we didn't get Boondock Saints 2
those
Yeah,
high
at a
movies.
theater.
We did
That was the
we
only
did like
movie-
3 weeks later, I think.
That was,
That was
the
3
only,
weeks too late.
Yeah.
man.
only movie that I ever like actually went out of like this area to see.
Boondock Saints 2?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the cities to go see it.
Yep.
But
Drove an hour to go see that shit, man.
yep.
Now they know where we are, Ross.
big circle.
Big circle.
Putting little points
Draw
on
an
the thing.
hour around the Twin Cities and you'll find us.
We got some MAGA supporter watching us and
Oh my
has
God.
a map with like they could be anywhere in here.
It just starts sending like defunct pipe bombs like
God.
to multiple addresses trying to find. Okay, no politics. No politics.
No politics.
No politics. Terrorism is not politics, though. That's terrorism.
Terrorism is just someone
Using it to gain an advantage. Now that's politics, right?
It's both.
I don't know. I don't give a shit. I just look
like
for
I know
an
the one
excuse to
of the
talk
bombs I
about
showed a picture of had like a parody of an ISIS flag on it or something like that,
it. That's funny.
and like some other thing.
That's
Could have swore it was something with like "get her done" or something, but I'm not gonna say that for sure.
I think it was. Yeah, I heard something about that.
And I was just all like, "Is it Larry the Cable Guy?"
Just licking Nilla envelopes to get her done.
I would hope they didn't lick it unless they're dumb. Just get the fucking DNA.
I mean,
Oh, jeez.
Never mind.
To be fair, they did get
Yeah.
a fingerprint and they claimed they had
man's not
DNA
the-
of the guy too. So
yeah, this man's not the brightest bulb.
I mean, how do you send all those
Well,
packages and have only
number
one
one.
fingerprint like on one? Apparently, he
Okay.
must have took the glove off and be like,
Number one, Florida man. Okay.
"Yeah, he is a Florida man." So that
Florida man.
Florida man, you can't explain that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did yours load? You're in theaters?
Nope.
All right. Well, anyway, I want to go see some sort of movie.
yeah,
We'll look up the list later because our internet doesn't work. But maybe it'll load by the time we're sitting here.
yeah.
All right. So Red Dead Redemption 2 is not coming out on PC right away, just like Grand Theft Auto 5.
That means it's trash.
It means it's trash, Ross. Are you riding with it?
I've never.
You have an Xbox One?
I straight up
You
thought
getting it, Ross?
I thought Red Dead already had a second game, like a long time ago, but I guess it didn't.
They
So-
had that zombie thing that I think was a separate disc. That you
Maybe,
had to-
but I could maybe it had like a DLC or something that I thought.
I've never been
Yeah.
big on Rockstar.
Even though it was so
I
long
bought
ago.
GTA 5 when it was on sale for like $15, but other than that, like,
Even though it was so long ago that I don't know that they would have had DLC back then, but the original one.
well, DLC.
Yeah, they had the
back
zombie
on the
one.
original
Of course,
Xbox.
of course, I always
360
mix
is
it up
where-
with the game Gun, so I never remember what Red Dead Redemption even was.
It was like a worse version of Oddworld Stranger's Wrath.
Like, what was
it?
Gun?
I don't know, dude.
You didn't play Gun?
No, it was like a
It was
first-person
like a huge
shooter or
game, I
something, or a
remember.
third-person
Is
shooter.
that
By the way,
like
I got it
Mag,
loaded,
which was
so-
like a good.
Oh shit, we're going to see Halloween.
Halloween, A Star Is Born,
I'll go see A Star Is Born.
Indivisible,
No, I'm kidding. I'm
Hunter
not-
Killer. Ooh.
That's got Gerard
Gerard
Butler
Butler.
and Common.
That
dude.
movie was so confusing
man,
on the
let's support
commercials. Though. I don't
rappers.
know
Yeah.
what's
Yeah,
going
we gotta
on.
support common
Mid
sense.
'90s, freaking Jonah Hill's movie or whatever.
That didn't look appealing to me.
I didn't think it looked
when
that
I saw
appealing
the
either.
trailer
It's not
for it.
appealing to me, but it's supposed to be like an art
It's
piece.
considered a comedy, apparently. It's only an hour and 24 long, too.
You see,
I'll see it
I
someday.
wasn't born in California,
yeah.
so none of the stuff that's there
That's
would really
true.
appeal to me.
It's
It
true.
seems like it's the Cali experience, and
Did you
people
see-
hype up California.
Did you see
but
this? There is a Goosebumps 2, but I didn't see anybody in it that I knew.
Well, then why?
Yeah,
You're
yeah, I wouldn't
asking,
see it
did you
then.
see this when no
Is it
one's gonna go
Slappy's
see it?
Revenge?
It does have Slappy as the main bad guy, I think.
He's always the main bad guy.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck
Dude, what about the
Slappy,
monster blood, dude? You don't even fuck,
dude. The monster blood?
dude.
What's the shit under the sink and stuff? Like,
Old Man,
Wait,
and,
why would you
Old
shit
Man
under
and the
the
Gun is in there.
Old Man and the Gun?
Yeah, it's Robert Redford. I think it has Tom Waits in it. Could be interesting.
Is that like hobo with a shotgun?
No, it's a
Everyone
drama.
was
It's a
good.
drama, man. It's drama.
Robert Redford is good at dramas.
Jeremiah Johnson.
So we're not going to see Goosebumps 2.
House with the clock in the walls.
That's a Jack Black movie.
That's why
I'd
Jack
see.
Black wasn't in Goosebumps 2, probably because he was making
Oh, you
that
guys
movie.
haven't seen Venom yet. I'd see that again.
I heard Venom's trash though.
Whoa. Yeah, who told you that?
Majority of the people that saw it on my Facebook. I don't know.
I don't know what you're seeing, man. Rotten Tomatoes audience score is good. That movie is good. Like, see it
And
yourself.
I saw like articles literally saying like what went wrong and stuff like that. So they're making it sound like it was pretty bad.
people
Jake
people are
Gyllenhaal.
holding it to a very high standard
Ah,
because it's supposed to be a Marvel movie,
yeah,
but it's still good.
I suppose.
It's good. It's
Joaquin
like
Phoenix
good,
and
good.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
What the hell is that? In?
The sisters, brothers. I have no idea.
I don't know.
All right, that's
Brothers
kinda
by
weird.
blood, sisters by name. What?
Casey
Okay, so-
Affleck's in it too, and Danny Glover,
In what?
Old Man and the Gun.
All right.
Yeah,
Indivisible.
Okay, enough of that shit.
based on a true story.
I don't want to see.
I know, I'm just messing.
I don't
with
really want to see it. I got a new match on Tinder though. That's
God,
surprising.
Star Wars Boba Fett spinoff no longer in the works. That's a shame.
Oh, the
The-
movie?
Yeah.
A
I
Boba
should-
Fett spinoff?
Yeah, it's no longer in the works. It's probably because they're doing the Mandalorian,
Yeah, they did that
Yeah.
TV show or whatever.
which I'll.
It looks-
Isn't it going to
looks
be on
like
some Disney
I mean,
like
it looks like-
streaming platform?
Oh,
or
it could
something?
be. That's. Oh.
I don't know then.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
That
The Iron
sounds
Fist
stupid.
got canceled, and so did Luke Cage.
Someone said that half of them got canceled, so everyone was like Thanos.
Holy shit! That
Someone over at fucking Disney snapped, dude. And snapped their fingers like we gotta cut it in half. Every other Marvel franchise got affected by it, so
yeah.
why wouldn't the TV shows?
that's crazy.
Just say that they got snapped out of existence. That's why the show's gone.
No one's
That
gonna
would-
bring them back.
That sounds like when people get mad about it, they'll be like, "Hoo, Thanos, hoo."
Thanos.
Don't get mad at Disney, man. Thanos did it."
Well, if they're, I don't know what this whole Disney stream service thing. I don't know what they're trying to achieve.
they're
Like,
trying to achieve what Netflix,
nobody's gonna
what,
pay for
what
that.
maybe even CBS.
Some
has
people
done.
Kids
will.
will pay. Like parents with kids might pay for it, but for like the kids stuff. But I don't think there's gonna be very many people who are gonna be like, oh, I want to watch these Marvel movies. I'm gonna go pay for a streaming service or something like that. I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's gonna be. I mean, Disney's trying to have a monopoly right now, and it's working. Like,
Redbox now. Did you see you can actually rent for multiple days now?
really,
Yeah, I'm like they just.
you
had-
always could.
I'm
They
like,
just charge
I'm
you
like
for
they
it.
had a breakthrough, but you could choose it ahead of time. And be like, oh, I want it for a few days, and you can pay
Okay.
like a certain amount.
There's people like, I'm going on vacation, but I'll be back in 2 days and want to rent this. Like, who would do that? Like,
Well, to be
just
fair,
do it.
like,
They just charged whenever you had it. Like,
yeah, eventually,
they charged you each day, and then eventually you had to buy it
yeah.
if it was gone for so long.
Yep.
That was fine. Why did they change that? That's
Well, they gave you the option to like, I guess, look like you're more responsible. I don't know, maybe.
whatever, man.
Didn't they actually have like an option on the Redbox thing, like where their old shit, like you could actually buy?
It
the
could
stuff
be a
out of the
money
machine?
grab.
Yeah.
It could be a money grab because they might be like, oh, well, they might rent it for 3 days and then watch it the first day and return it, and then they would profits. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe, yeah. Like, I'm gonna need this for 3 days so my husband can watch it.
And then it's like,
or
oh, I watched
something.
it in 2 and returned it so it can be rented by somebody else. And then it's like, we just pocketed that extra day money.
Yeah. So we're not. Apparently they're thinking that Luke Cage and Iron Fist may have like some sort of capacity in the next Defenders season that they do.
Okay.
But I think their standalone specifically are canceled.
Interesting.
And people are
How much
thinking
more was there to do in either of their storylines, really, that would be appealing?
they would bring a. I think Luke Cage set up another villain, of course.
Oh, okay.
And,
Robert Quarles.
No, wait. What the fuck?
Or did they not?
Robert Quarles.
No, okay, so Luke Cage season 2. Yeah, the ending was really fucking weird for Luke Cage season 2. Like,
Okay, yeah. No spoilers, but yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was a huge cliffhanger. They left it on, I guess.
Yeah.
But they did set up kind of a villain. So,
Well, maybe they can be smart and make the Moon Knight TV show now,
maybe. It'll be on the Disney streaming service if you want to see it. Wait, no, isn't that DC? No, that is Marvel.
Marvel.
Who else? I mean, Iron Fist 2, how did that fucking end? Yeah, that's done. Fuck.
Yeah,
that's
I didn't watch Iron Fist,
that's
so.
done. No, they left that off on a cliffhanger too.
Maybe it's on purpose. Maybe there's something we're missing.
I want to tell you the ending for Iron Fist 2 because it is fucking stupid. I want to spoil
Doesn't that one take place like in like a different?
Well, you
not,
could
like,
tell them, but
now,
then we'd
now?
have to bleep it out.
Yeah, it takes place in now.
Oh, it does. I thought
Yeah.
one of them took place like, not present, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, they both are present in New York because they're both in the Defenders and shit.
Oh, okay, I guess I didn't know.
Yeah, they all
So
try
they're
to
going to
write
roll
the same
that
story.
into the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever, basically.
I'm surprised they're keeping Jessica Jones.
They are?
Yeah.
That show was the worst.
And Daredevil when Punisher's going to have his own standalone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's because they want female representation still, or?
Yeah.
The thing
It could
is,
be.
I'd like it.
I'm not going to put it all in that. All
But
my eggs
people
in
are
that
thinking
basket.
that they're pulling it from Netflix and they're going to put it on the Disney streaming service.
Could be.
But these shows cost a shit ton to make.
Yep.
So maybe they didn't
The
want to
thing is-
negotiate contracts for season 3 and just cut it.
Maybe if they might have already had deals for like, if you have another season, you have to have it on our service or something like that. And they were like, nah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, they
That's probably
they
it.
got a Kevin Hart movie in there with 5.6 stars.
Out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about
Oh
right.
God,
Kevin Hart is trash.
Kevin Hart.
I like Kevin Hart
I mean,
with The Rock.
almost any movie he's made, like the other person carried the movie and made it if it made money, pretty much.
The Rock?
Like either The Rock or like he did that one with like Ice
Will
Cube,
Ferrell.
I think.
Yeah, Ice Cube, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like generally, there's someone else that carries the movie and he's in it, and it's like okay.
Yep. Even though he's supposed to be like the main character. It's
Yeah.
like,
Sometimes he's the main character even, and it's like oh no.
Yep. So, you guys aren't buying the Disney streaming service, is what I'm garnering.
I've been
from
hearing
you.
about it for the last 2 years, and I'm just all like,
No.
Well, what happened? Because they claimed, past like this movie, like we're not going to have it on Netflix anymore. And then lo and behold, they had them on Netflix. Like I think Black Panther. I don't know if that one was supposed to even be on Netflix, and it was. So I'm like, well, what happened?
Think about it though, like Marvel is a huge juggernaut right now, and Disney, has the rights to it all, and they're gonna like, you get the movies, and then it's gonna be on their streaming service. Like people are gonna pay.
It's
for
all about the audience. I mean, it would have been suicide for them not to put Black Panther on Netflix.
Why?
They don't have an actual streaming service.
Because
That's true.
No,
It's not
because
set up yet.
people who are the demographic, like I'm not even being mean. People who are the demographic, they probably use Netflix.
Or you say black people use Netflix?
So it is lower income more than likely. Why are you jumping?
I don't know.
I use Netflix.
It sounds bad.
I use Netflix.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Okay. So what you're saying is lower income people who can't or refuse to pay for cable.
They don't want to. Well, they don't want to. They don't want to buy
Netflix.
actually buy like movies, or they don't want to.
Yeah, pay for cable.
Yeah. So they use Netflix. I had a feeling this was going to devolve to me.
You shouldn't have used Black Panther before it.
Well, okay. Want another example?
Yes.
Thor Ragnarok.
Okay. What about it?
If they wouldn't have put that on Netflix, they would have missed out on a lot of money.
Netflix would have.
Yeah.
Disney
Yeah.
would have too.
Disney would have too.
Yeah, Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But okay, so
If they're apparently they must have thought their streaming
Netflix got
service.
to pay to put that on there. So
Well, they must have thought their streaming service was going to be out sooner than it was. Is all I could figure, and that's why they've been putting stuff on there they didn't think they were going to.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're still probably setting up their streaming service, and as soon as that's up, they're gonna pull the plug on everything they have on Netflix,
Yeah.
and it's gonna go to specifically there.
thing is, if they put it specifically there with no people actually having
When
it,
does their contract with Netflix end? That's when they're probably
Yeah.
going to do their streaming service, I suppose.
It's probably a month-to-month contract at this
Nah,
point.
I doubt it.
yeah,
but-
I think it's usually on the because things go off. Is it once a year, or every couple months that you see? It's like these things.
I
are
think
leaving.
most contracts are a minimum of a year contracts with Netflix. I think
I mean, Disney is gonna control like some of the biggest IPs.
they already do.
Well, I mean, they're gonna
Except IP, man.
the streaming
they
rights.
own
Star Wars, Marvel.
at least $3 billion IPs, like
Indiana Jones.
like movies that make like $1 billion. Well, don't they own Jurassic Park?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, they got that. Star
Star
Wars,
Wars,
and
Marvel.
Marvel.
They
They
got-
all
Who still has,
all
who
the
has
movies.
Indiana Jones?
All the
Did they
movies
get
from
that?
those gross $1 billion.
I'm pretty sure they got it with the Fox deal. If it was Fox,
It was George. Did George Lucas own Indiana Jones? And
He used to back in the day.
yeah. I don't know if he still does.
I think
I don't know who has the rights.
Spielberg might
Crystal was-
Spielberg might still have his hands in it.
He's been the
because
director.
Kingdom
yeah.
of the Crystal Skull, that was where George
Spielberg was-
Lucas bent Spielberg over, or
No, Spielberg took control of it pretty much at that
all
point.
right,
I think.
All right, okay. All right, I was trying to think.
That
what
was
happened.
a mistake. That was a fucking mistake, dude. Like,
Hey, Spielberg, the thing, people like think of him as this great director, but at the same time, he's had some flops too.
Spielberg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
had some great movies and some
course.
flops. It's like when people bring up Ang Lee, they forget he did Hulk. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, The Life of Pi, they forget Hulk. It's like,
Well, Hulk was the best Hulk.
Yeah,
it was good.
Definitely
So
didn't,
good.
Definitely didn't make money though. Is what we're trying
it
to
was
say.
definitely
It made
a trash
money.
movie. No,
Made billions.
It made billions. Okay, sure.
That was the best Bruce Banner, dude.
it's just like James
I
Cameron.
mean, my father experimented on me and made me into a Hulk guy.
Yep. Injected me with
Spoilers.
some shit with the test,
Like spoilers.
test newt.
the
Oh my god.
Plutoxin 27 or whatever.
Is that what it was? Because that's
Well, no. He still got the gamma exposed to the gamma radiation, which like, you know,
Yep.
yeah.
but the movie's so good. Let's just say
He got
that.
exposed to the beta rays.
the beta
The beta rays, the beta ray
Became
bills.
Beta Ray
dude.
Bill,
Oh my god.
Is that where he came from?
I guess.
Yep.
No,
I
I
guess.
have no idea where Beta Ray Bill came from. Actually,
He's a space alien who's like the space alien version of Thor, dude.
Yep.
yeah, that's true. He is like a Thor clone. That's
Well, he was worthy
face.
of Thor's hammer, so then they just gave him his own hammer.
Yep.
Is how the story goes.
Yep. Vision picked up Thor's hammer. I think Captain America picked up Thor's hammer at some point.
He
in the
does. I
comics.
think eventually they like tease it in the movies where he like moved it.
A nudge, yeah.
Yep.
Tony Stark ain't picking shit up though, dude.
No.
The only
Not
problem,
yet.
the problem with Captain America is he's always got something that he's grappling with, like mentally, like pretty much. I read a whole article about it, and that's
Tony Stark?
Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers. Oh, my bad.
Like they were talking about why he wasn't worthy and stuff like that.
Oh, no shit. He's fucking billionaire playboy. Like, why?
No. Steve Rogers.
God damn it. I keep thinking
God
Tony
dang
Stark. To be fair, Captain America should be a billionaire
To
playboy.
be fair, Captain America was raised in a different time.
Yep.
God dang it! Shut up.
Before World War II, man, he had all that money. His bank account comes back, adjusted for inflation, set for life. No, I'm kidding. But, so Disney has a monopoly. You're going to buy it. You're going to buy the streaming
I mean,
service.
they can't-
I'm calling it now.
No,
I
You
would
will
rather
buy- you
go.
say no now.
I would rather go see it in the theater if it comes to that point.
exactly.
But I won't do that because I'll just get it from Redbox.
Give him a couple dollars one time.
It won't
Unless
be in
you-
Redbox.
How do you know?
Why would they put it in Redbox?
That'd be surprising if they did.
They get more money having it just exclusivity
The thing
on their
is,
own
though,
platforms.
and streaming exclusives, even for things like Tidal, they increase the rate of piracy.
Who
So-
owns Redbox? Isn't that Netflix?
They're their own thing, I think.
You sure?
I don't think they're owned by Netflix. Unless they bought them up at some point.
I thought they were owned by Netflix.
I thought they were their own thing, but I couldn't.
No, dude, you're buying it.
No,
You're gonna buy it. I have a feeling you're
streaming
gonna buy it.
exclusives only increase the rate of piracy. Look at
That's
how
true.
the music, look at how Tidal, look at Spotify, like all the exclusives. People just would rather just pirate it. So
There's always some.
if Disney
there's
does
always
that,
some website from some other country that's has it so you can
from
stream
Russia
it.
where
Yeah.
you can, you know,
Yep, there's always gonna be a torrent, people.
Yep.
Just remember, if you don't want to pay for it, torrent it.
God, I remember the golden
No, I'm
age of
kidding, don't do
the
that.
golden age of torrenting. I remember that.
Do you remember allegedly torrenting video games back in the day? Like how mainstream that was?
Yep, I said it. Used to be-
Allegedly mainstream for us.
that's the golden age, man.
That was the golden age of video gaming when it was it was super easy. Nowadays, I don't even think about it. I'm okay with spending money
Yeah.
on video games.
It's kind of weird.
Which I always did,
Yep.
obviously.
Yep.
Right, Alex?
basically I've moved away from just buying actual physical games for, well, except if it's on PC. Who buys physical games on PC anymore?
Exactly.
That's
I don't
true.
even have a CD drive on my computer.
Yeah.
On my gaming comp.
I still do, but that's just
I have a Blu-ray drive, but that's because
You can still buy things from China that come with discs that need disc drives for like the stuff to run the thing and stuff like that.
With drivers and stuff?
Yeah.
No, I just get that online.
I mean, you can
download it from a website.
but then you got to find it on some like Chinese website. And it's like
I'll do
Google
it.
Translate.
Yeah, Google Translate.
I'll still do it. I'm still downloading drivers online.
Yeah.
I have no intention of buying a CD drive ever again.
I've thought about getting like just a portable one so that I always have one in the future kind of thing.
The only thing I'm scared about is operating systems. When in, making a new build or whatever. Like when I did that one and didn't have the CD drive,
Yep.
you did the USB
Yeah, I think so.
or
Yeah.
through an external hard drive just to get it loaded on
Yep.
to my solid state drive.
Yep.
It worked.
Yeah, it works.
It worked. That's all I gotta worry about. I'm thinking about buying a new graphics card too, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Because that Arc expansion comes out on November 6th.
And it'll get pushed back to September, just like the
Don't say that.
or December, just like the one before it did. What was the last one?
Abomination.
Aberration.
Where you're in the
whatever.
Abomination.
Where you're in
Hey,
the,
it might as well have been, right? No, I'm
where
just
you're in
kidding.
the failing arc, and it's failing because Wildcard doesn't know how to make a video game. It's like
Aberration
4
was-
years later, still no DirectX 12 support.
Boo.
Would
Aberration.
you rather Arc actually run well?
That's true. It would look nicer.
Would
It
run
never
a
ran
lot
well for
better.
me because it's not optimized for me, or wasn't for AMD graphics cards.
I wouldn't say that so much as their code. If they would code it in DirectX 12, it would probably run a lot better just
Yeah.
for the fact that it allows them to access the internal components of the.
Well, it was optimized for Nvidia graphics cards. Like other Chris, he never had issues with it. He had Nvidia, and me and you, we have Radeon, or we had AMDs.
I don't think I ever really had issues with Arc either.
Fuck you, I did.
The main problem I ever saw was with Nvidia is because I was Nvidia for years, and it seemed like their
drivers were.
I'm going
shit.
back. I'm
their-
going back.
Their
there.
drivers
their
fried the shit
drivers
out of
and their whole
cars.
GeForce Experience thing was just not as good as what I've seen from the AMD
Catalyst,
when
yeah.
it comes
The
to like
Radeon
downloading
Catalyst.
drivers and updating things and stuff and options of like
It's just it's not a contest anymore. Like pretty much every single game released is optimized for Nvidia.
There's a reason
and
for
you'll
that,
always
though.
have some stupid little hiccup with
Nvidia
an AMD.
bribes studios
Yes,
into using
yes.
their stuff.
And that's why I'm gonna switch back to Nvidia. 'cause
Anything that's
I'm sick of
optimized
it.
for AMD
The only problem
runs
with
good
that
on
is-
any hardware. Anything
AMD
that's-
has way more money behind them than Nvidia does. So eventually you're going to run out of money.
Why do they have way more money?
They have their hands in other things where Nvidia doesn't really.
I suppose.
Nvidia is actually moving into
Multifaceted.
cars and into deep learning and all that stuff. So
That's because they have to, because it's
it's
like
mind share is
it's
what
like
it is.
borrowing against the deficit. Okay,
well, the thing
is
is,
what they're doing.
the mind share has propped Nvidia up in the past, even when their competitors have had a better product. Mind share, and then
I'm sure they're taking advantage of
using
I'm sure
driver hacks to cheat in benchmarks.
I'm sure they're
Oh wow.
I'm sure they're taking advantage of new developers too and stuff like that with like deals and stuff.
Well, after the cryptocurrency market bubble, like Nvidia they're sitting on a fucking dragon hoard of money. Like every single 1080 Ti they ever fucking made just immediately sold out. Like every single card they had from like 1070,
Yeah, but
1080,
what did they
maybe
do with
even
the money
1060.
though? That's what'll define what happens in the
they
next few
put it
years.
into developing stuff for cars and
There you
for
go.
other stuff.
But that doesn't sound like
The gamers are
That doesn't
supporting
sound
their
like
other
smart
business
investments, is
ventures.
what I'm
Well,
saying.
It's a smart investment.
You gotta
when it's
understand,
going
it's
to-
Nvidia, the way you were meant to be played.
yeah. There you go.
Because the gamers buy cards, they use it to invest in everything else other than the gamers, and then every once in a while they'll just throw out a
I
card
mean,
that's like
they're literally
15%
trying to do the
faster.
Sony business model, and you look at what's happening to Sony. They went from being a company that was all these things, but now literally their cash cow is actually PS4 now, pretty much.
PlayStation's the only thing keeping them afloat.
Yeah, they're having like they kind of ruined their own company, in effect.
That's because they always skirted the current trend like Sony. Like you did this, we're doing this. You did this,
Betamax.
fuck it, we're doing this. Like you had your
Well,
Windows, your general
their main problem is when physical media started to disappear. Now that it's starting to disappear, now it's like no one needs your Blu-ray player. No one needs this. No, you know what I'm saying?
well now it's in a PlayStation.
Yeah,
Blu-ray player in
That's
there.
the only thing they got right now.
Who owns Blu-ray? Like
They do.
Sony owns the
Yeah.
okay, so they're doing good
I mean,
there.
Microsoft did have to pay to use Blu-ray support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every Xbox that gets sold with a Blu-ray player, like Sony probably gets like $10 to $20 just for the license to actually run the Blu-ray like
Yeah.
yeah.
So they're still doing good in that market.
They
Still do.
But the thing is,
do they still make TVs?
the only thing that they make, Sony, yeah, probably.
Sony, they make laptops and phones, but they're not.
Sony Vaio laptops.
They were hyped up, but they were never really that
Sony
great.
Ericsson
It's mind
phones.
share. It's like Nvidia,
Yeah.
I don't even know if Sony makes. Do they
And
make
Intel.
phones still? I mean, like, I haven't seen much of it lately.
Ericsson's.
I don't think.
Sony
I think
Ericsson's?
that
Is
that Ericsson is just developing actual like LTE, like just actual like components.
Who owns OLED? Like the OLED TVs? Is that Sony?
Well, the thing
LG
is,
is one of the bigger companies
OLED
for that. I
Okay.
think.
if you want the best OLED on the market, you get the curved LG like 4K HDR panels. Samsung, the QLED, it isn't as good, and they banked on QLED being the thing, but it's not like it doesn't look as good.
Because they did the QLED and then
Well, the OLED shit's been
LG's like,
around
we'll do
for
the fucking
years,
OLED.
but like, it was always too expensive.
The reason why LG couldn't put OLED in their phones like right away is because Samsung bought out all the machines to make OLED.
Yeah, I
from
think
the
I heard
one
that.
person who actually makes these things.
That's funny.
So LG had to wait to be able to put them into phones because they had to use their machines to make TVs.
Fuck, dude, that's fucked up.
That's like some Apple. Well, the thing is, if you're competing with Apple, you learn from the best. Essentially, Apple's a piece of shit. To compete with them, you gotta sometimes get your hands shitty too. You know what I'm saying?
Get your hands shitty.
Didn't for AMD though? Wasn't the whole Ryzen, that whole rollout, wasn't that a failure?
No.
Ryzen wasn't a failure.
Are you sure?
Zen is out competing Intel right now.
Ryzen is?
Yes.
Okay, so let me get this clear because
Intel
I
took-
was debating getting one.
Intel took so long putting out their new chipset that Ryzen was able to like
Wait
hurt
until
the market
next
share.
year, because once they do the die shrink to the 7 nanometer, you're probably going to end up getting like 12 cores and 24 threads on a single like
Can't
CPU.
you just buy a Threadripper though?
It's a different socket. You need at least 4 sticks of RAM to be able to run it, so that means more expense on that portion.
But I'm
And
Do
saying-
you need a
Like,
specific
Threadrippers are
Ryzen
affordable, though.
motherboard? Like
yeah.
a specific. Okay.
Well, you're going to need to upgrade the motherboard and the RAM no matter what you do.
I mean, would a first gen Threadripper be better than like
But-
a new gen Ryzen?
The thing is, the first gen of it, the memory support's not like as good as
Okay.
the newer iterations of it. So
Figured
once
there
they
was
hit this
something.
third iteration, you're going to be running probably just as fast RAM as Intel, or maybe a little slower. But you've got all these extra cores that you can actually.
Ryzen is the chip with the built-in GPU, right? Like
No.
that's your graphics as
I
well.
thought that's the APUs.
They do have the. It depends.
We might have Ryzen ones.
So
though.
they have your just regular chips without it, and then they
Yeah.
have the ones that have the integrated graphics, which actually, if you're looking just for an all-in-one, just play League of Legends or
Yeah.
games on like.
yeah, fuck that.
Like-
I'll get a standalone graphics card.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
I
I
can
have
say is-
DDR5 memory still. Like
Sweet.
I have DDR5.
Huh?
Do you?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not just the graphics card's DDR5?
No, I have my memory is
Okay.
Okay.
alright.
I didn't know that was even a
maybe
thing
it's
when you made your computer.
DDR4.
Yeah, my computer, it could be.
But yeah.
Fuck, I don't know now. Now you got me
anyways-
second guessing.
anyways,
I just looked this up the other day.
But no, like there's actual
It's
competition.
DDR4. DDR4.
probably
There's
four.
actually competition in the marketplace now. I'm always a fan of higher core counts because I can record everything that I do if I want to with literally no, very negligible frame rate impact.
So I shouldn't jump on that 12-core Threadripper first gen
Well,
for $400.
you'll have to look it up.
That's pretty good.
You'll
Will you
look
have to
it up.
replace your motherboard?
Yes.
Yeah, it would be a different socket.
He'd need to replace his motherboard no matter what.
Yeah,
You would need
mine's
to,
too old.
You need to look it up. Just don't go to Linus because everything is sponsored by Intel, so you're not necessarily going to get accurate information out of him.
Yeah.
Go to Steve from Gamers
Is it just some
Access.
guy named Linus?
Linus, Linus
Sebastian,
Tech Tips.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah, this is a thing.
The YouTuber, bleep that. Bleep that. Fuck that guy. Bleep that. See, I'm to the point where if I'm gonna upgrade my graphics card, like now, I have never upgraded parts solely in a build. I've always just done a new build.
Oh, I always upgrade.
You've seen
parts.
That's why I got
Bryce,
a motherboard from 2011 still.
You've seen kind of how I
Shit.
just slowly replace different components over the course of the years to still keep it competitive.
My motherboard is like 7 years old. I didn't even think about that.
Ooh,
Holy
if I get
shit.
a GPU upgrade, I might need to upgrade my power supply though.
What's your power supply? Like an 750, 800? No, you won't need to.
Okay, good.
If it's like a 500, if you're running a single card,
No, that's way too
you got a 750, 800 right now. The way
You're
things are
good.
going, you're never gonna have to get a new
The
one
750
unless it
things
like,
are becoming
degrades the rails.
Things are needing less power nowadays.
Good, good.
For the most part.
Good.
That's why I have my 1000 that I bought a long time, like bought in my first build, like one of my other builds.
Yeah.
Still good. I'm like, even if it degrades, it's gonna still be able to play everything.
Jesus Christ. How many people are asleep right now out there?
Right?
Yeah, I know.
All
right?
10 of our viewers.
That's probably accurate.
Put to bed. Good night, all 10 viewers.
Well, at least you
But-
watched the first half of the show.
But I'm going to do a. Okay, so I got my Diablo 2 Collector's Edition. Surprise! Yay,
Yep.
I got it. I finally got it. I got it on eBay. It is used, so it is open. Well, the seal's broken on it, whatever.
Yep.
But I'm going to do an unboxing video
Wow.
for that.
Unboxing boxes.
And it's going to be a completely original idea that obviously has never been done before. And yeah, I'm gonna do it just to try something new out. Maybe get some new content on the channel. Maybe appeal to a wider audience. Maybe we'll get 20 viewers rather than 10. We'll check it out.
Yeah.
Do you guys got any closing statements at all? Anything you got? You want to say fuck Nvidia one more time before we go, or
if they weren't so greedy, it wouldn't be as bad. But
Don't
the
be
fact
sheep.
that-
we should do?
Don't be sheep.
Once we become multi-thousandaires from doing this, we should do a PC build as well.
We could.
To
That's not
bore
really thinking
the
about
fuck
that.
out of people.
Yep.
Just you guys want to see some fat sausage fingers work their way around a computer tower? We got you covered.
Yeah, right?
We're gonna need Alex to do it. Just so his fingers look less gross than ours. Ross is gonna have like grease on his.
What?
Yeah.
This is what you do with the
Yeah, this is
CPU
what you do,
phase.
and then Ross's hand goes over, picks up a brownie, bite out of it, puts it down.
Also, you see some crumbs landing on it.
That would be pretty fucking funny. I have nothing else to say other than go see Halloween if you're a fan.
Yeah.
You'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that's it. Fuck it.
Man,
That's it.
sounds good.
That's it.
All right, we'll catch you next time, guys.
Yep.